Emily never expected her life to change the day she inherited her grandmother's Victorian house in a quiet town in Massachusetts. On the surface, it was everything she needed: an escape from her chaotic job, a break from her crumbling relationship, and maybe even a new start. But the moment she stepped through the heavy oak door, a strange coldness greeted her. Not the kind that brushes against your skin, but the kind that sinks into your bones and settles in your gut. The air smelled of old wood, dust, and something else, something metallic like dried blood. But Emily, ever the rational type, chalked it up to the age of the house. The first few nights were uneventful. She spent her days cleaning, unpacking boxes, and familiarizing herself with the odd layout. The attic, however, remained locked. Its key was rusted and hanging on a nail in the kitchen, but she hadn't found a reason to open it until she heard the whispering. It came softly at first, a faint breath through the vents, but always at the same time, 311, She would sit up in bed, frozen, heart pounding, straining to hear. It was never loud, never distinct, just dot words, like someone was standing at the edge of her bed, speaking through gauze. One night, curiosity got the better of her. She unlocked the attic and pulled the creaky stairs down from the ceiling. The air up there was colder than anywhere else in the house. As her flashlight scanned the dark, she saw old furniture, boxes covered in dust, and a wooden chair placed directly beneath a round window. It was facing out toward the street. It looked intentional, like someone had been sitting there, watching, waiting. She didn't stay long. After that night, the whispers grew louder. They didn't just wake her up anymore, they pulled her from dreams, drenched in sweat, with phrases echoing in her ears. Come see ... Join us ... He never left. She began keeping a journal of everything that happened. When the whispers started, what she said, what she felt. One entry read, 311 Whisper said my name. Clear as day, felt breath on my neck. No one there. By the end of the second week, she began to lose sleep. She started seeing shadows move across doorways. Lights flickered without cause. Mirrors fogged from the inside. She found the attic door open one morning, though she was certain she locked it. The chair had moved again now, turned to face inward, facing the hatch in the ceiling. That night, she heard footsteps above her room. Desperate for answers, she visited the local library. An elderly archivist pulled a yellow newspaper article from 1902. It detailed the disappearance of Dr. Thomas Whitmore, the home's original owner, a once celebrated physician turned recluse. He had been accused of conducting horrific experiments on mentally ill patients in secret. He vanished without a trace after authorities began to investigate him. Emily's grandmother had never spoken of the house's past. In fact, Emily hadn't even known the attic existed until she found the key. The next night, she left her phone recording beside her bed. In the morning, she listened to the playback. At first silence, then the whispering started. At exactly 3:11 m, she heard her name repeated 3 times. Then breathing, heavy, like someone was crouched near the microphone, and finally, see what he showed us. Her blood turned cold. Determined to uncover the truth, she returned to the attic. She broke the hatch open and climbed into the crawl space above. The flashlight beam revealed dozens of glass jars, lined neatly like trophies. Inside each jar was something unspeakable, preserved organs, some identifiable, others grotesquely deformed. Dates were carved into each one. 1898, 1899, 1901. Along the back wall, she found a single journal belonging to Dr. Whitmore. In it, he described voices, guides from the other side, who whispered to him at night. They told him who to take, what to remove, how to make them last forever. Suddenly, she heard movement behind her. Slow, deliberate steps, but no one was there. Her flashlight flickered, and for a brief moment, she saw a figure white coat stained with something dark, face covered by a leather mask, scalpel glinting in the dim light. She fell from the crawl space, twisted her ankle, and crawled down the attic stairs, slamming the door shut behind her. The police didn't believe her story. They found no jars, no journal, not even a hatch. They told her stress and sleep deprivation were likely the cause. They suggested she take a break. That Emily couldn't. She knew what she saw, what she felt. She started live streaming her nights, trying to capture proof. Thousands of people watched as she documented the whispers, the shadows, the scratches appearing on her arms overnight. One night, the viewers saw something she didn't. A shadow standing behind her during the stream, not moving, not breathing, just watching. One comment read, "He's right behind you." The feed cut off shortly after. Emily was never seen again. Neighbors reported hearing screams around 3:11 a.m. that night. When police arrived, the house was empty. The only thing left was her phone, still recording. The final seconds contained a sound no one could explain, like dozens of voices overlapping, chanting something in reverse. Audio experts tried to clean it up. They isolated one word, next. Since then, the house remains abandoned. Locals say it breathes at night, that if you stand outside at 3:11 a.m, you can hear Emily whispering your name. Some believe the attic isn't just haunted, it's a doorway, a place where time and reality fold inward, trapping the souls who listen too closely. And if you dare to climb those stairs, you won't come back the same, if you come back at all. So if you ever find yourself driving through that quiet New England town, don't stop at the house on Whitmore Lane. Don't look at the attic window. And whatever you do, don't listen when someone whispers your